What's up, guys? Good evening, good afternoon, maybe, to the African superstar family. It is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar. Big shout outs to the family. Hello, guys. If you come in the chat room, please make sure that you like the stream, okay? And you leave me something in there so that I may greet you. I first want to start off by greeting the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. Please head over to the website, check out our merch, and obviously support. Hello. Big shout outs to our members only who are designated by the circle next to their name, and they support our platform on a monthly basis. Much love to all my members only showing continued support of this platform and of me and the message. Also, big shout outs to those of you that have contributed to our music project. Okay, as you do know, I'm shooting my new music video for my third studio single, Come Chill With Me. I'm actually shooting that on Wednesday, so the day after tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna get my hair done. Yes. Today I went to the nail shop. Y'all see my fresh new pink shiny nails? Huh? What? Superstar? Yes. So that's what I spent my afternoon doing, in addition to spending time with some very good friends of mine. One of our African superstar family members, Ayana, and her husband, Kofi. Lovely people. I've been with them kind of throughout their journey. Met them as a couple, was with them as they got engaged, and now they are married. And so, congratulations, obviously, to Ayana and Kofi, good friends of mine. We spent the entire day together. Went had jollof and fufu. Went to Labadi Beach. Huh? Ghana is good for me. It's a Monday. Okay, that's how we get down. We were chilling, and we were kind of like, "This is Ghana." This is a Monday, and we're chilling like a weekend. But I do want to, on a more serious note, I want to obviously talk about current events, being a content creator and, rising star and celebrity YouTuber and motivational speaker. The list goes on and on. You will get a lot of correspondence from, your viewers and things like that. And people will want to know your impression of different things that go on. If you're not aware, there was a mass shooting in America, in New York and Buffalo. A white supremacist person went into, a predominantly African American neighborhood and sought to kill black people specifically. Okay. And to this, I just want to say, in how many ways, you know, what is it going to take for black people to come to the realization of their reality in these lands? Does it even make sense that we continue to persist to be in these environments? You know, they don't treat us equally. Okay, they discriminate against us. They exercise racism against us. They exercise violence against us. Okay, the police and judicial systems are biased against us. We get passed up for promotions. We don't get equal pay. The list goes on and on and on. And all I really want to know is, what is it going to take? Big shout outs. TT's the first in the chat room. And WMM West Africa, much love to the family. SMP, our mission statement. If you are in the chat room, make sure you greet me. I see you spectators. Just do what you're supposed to do on this platform, okay? Like the stream, leave a comment, and support. That's all you got to do. Because I'm going to talk tonight about this. What I want to know is, what exactly is it going to take for you guys to get the picture? Because, in life-threatening situations, okay, I've talked about this extensively on videos previous in the past. Whenever you are in a crisis situation, big shout outs to Kamoy, I see you there. Big shout outs, members only. Hi, family. Thank you for being on code, those of you here. Thank you. Please just come and just get in the chat room. Be an active part of our conversation tonight. Okay. I may open up the call lines in a bit to get something from you guys. But you know, whenever you're in a crisis situation, whenever you're in a dangerous situation, you have two potential responses to that. Okay? Fight or flight. Okay? And I have expressed, perpetually on this channel that to persist and remain in these environments is really gambling with your own life. Okay? Gambling with your own life, gambling with the life of your children. We know what time it is. Big shout outs to Amina and S.A. Smith. I see you guys. Thank you for being on code. I appreciate it. Big shout outs to our members only who are here with the circle next to their name. You are taking a gamble in those environments. Okay. I mean, I'm not trying to be callous and I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. Everybody obviously has the right to live and things like that. But guess what? Mass shootings they're not an anomaly in the US anymore. Okay? And we already know that these non-black people, especially white supremacists, they don't like us. Okay? And they have been inflicting heinous violence on our people for centuries. Like, how much more do you need? Because you only really have two options. And if you don't want to take a decision on either end of the spectrum, you are in the gray area. And in that situation, you are biding your time. I always like to use the analogy that the most recent victim knew about previous victims. Okay, those folks living in Buffalo, they knew about George Floyd, they knew about Trayvon, they know about Sandra Bland, they know about Breonna Taylor. They know what's going down. They know about the mass shooting that happened in Las Vegas at the country festival. Huh? They know what it is. You know what it is. I know what it is. And I think, obviously, it's very obvious that a lot of our people are detached from reality, okay, completely oblivious, suffer from low self-esteem because the imminent danger of residing in those environments is beyond evident. Beyond evident. And guess what? There is no limit or parameters to their ridiculous behavior. There's no limit to their violence or hatred. You guys want to be friends with people who have never made it a secret that they hate you. Okay? And that they will take it there. And just like every other instance, when they inflict violence and when they do whatever they want to do, they're able to, peacefully be taken into custody. They're able to be, arrested and de-armed and all this stuff because they are protected by the entity of America. I will, obviously, as the African superstar, send out my condolences to those affected by the mass shooting. Obviously, it's going to be a long road ahead. Many people were injured. 10 people are currently, passed away from the incident. And, more damaging is the psychological effects of being involved or witnessing or blah, 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 such a situation. But guys, honestly, I mean, it's gotten to the point now, it's really gotten to the point now that we can't deny the situation that we're in. And as adults, we just need to be real about it. We just need to be real about it. These people will not hesitate to take your absolutely most precious commodity, which is your life. They will not hesitate to take your life. And when they take your life, they ruin the entire dichotomy of your family, your legacy. And guess what? There are, very, very, very few consequences for them doing this to us. If you value your life, I really, really promote that you begin to look for other options. I really do, guys. Some of you in America, you're really comfortable. You know, you just want to keep on living in what is called cognitive dissonance. Okay, big shout outs to the intellectuals because I use big vocabulary up on this channel. Cognitive dissonance is being disconnected from the reality that you are in. Okay, somehow thinking it's not going to affect you, it's not going to impact you. You know, I'm just minding my own business. I don't, live a, destructive life. You know, the golden rule and all this type of BS, guys. Listen, okay, you cannot sit in water and not get wet. You are literally rolling the dice every single day you live in the US. You don't know what kind of encounters that you can potentially have. And sometimes you are at the wrong place at the wrong time, just like the people that were in that shop when that guy came in with the gun. Somebody was in there buying milk, probably. Somebody was in there buying diapers for their baby. You know, somebody might have been getting contact solution. Big shout outs to those of us, with the glasses and contacts. Somebody might have been in there getting some ice cream. Okay? They didn't have anything to do with the situation that confronted them. And that's the same thing as you. That's the same thing as you, guys. And I know that it's difficult. I know that it's difficult. Mr. Amar is talking about the setbacks and the challenges. I understand, guys, but listen, what is on the line, what is on the table is your life. America is getting increasingly more and more dangerous. Okay? Couple the fact that you have, millions of mentally unstable people who are armed, add in a little bit of racial, instability, you are really in a terrible situation. For those of you guys in New York City, big shout outs to Sarah C. She sends me lots of stories of, things that's happening in New York City. There has been, quite a significant jump in subway crime. Okay. People pushing people on the tracks. Someone got stabbed in the subway the other day. There was a shooting on the subway train a couple weeks ago. These are things, guys, that you can't control and dictate. You live in a very chaotic environment. Please. I can only come here so many times and talk to you guys the same way. It's cost me a lot. Platform, job, friendships, everything. But I feel an obligation and responsibility to my community to try to shake you guys out of this funk and trance, because you are literally in danger. You are literally in danger. And don't be like these recent victims, okay? Like I told you, these recent victims, they know all the preceding victims. As a Black man or woman in America, go ahead. First trivia question. Go ahead and put a victim of police brutality in the chat room. Go ahead. What's the first one that comes to your mind? Big shout outs to the family. What's up, Michelson? And what is this? LL for life? I don't know if I really want to deal with this because this is not the topic. And I don't, if it's an inappropriate question, I will kick you out of the room. So I don't know. Let me get back to you and see if I want to go there today. Ascari, I see you there. Big shout outs to the family. Okay, the first trivia question is who is a victim of police brutality? Just give me the first name that came to mind. Superstar Bella says Malice Green and Tamir Rice. Okay. The Malice, I don't know Malice Green, but I do know Tamir Rice. That was the teenager, the young boy, I believe, that was playing in Cleveland, Ohio, my home state, and got shot up by the police. That was Tamir Rice. Oh, okay, I get you. Long Island for life. Okay, my bad. Sorry. All right. If the question is reasonable, go ahead and put in the chat room. All right. Big shout outs with Renee Jones, the infamous George Floyd, whose violent murder was videotaped, okay, and caused the U.S. to, outburst in riots because they totally, just eliminated that man. Okay. I'm giving you guys. Oh God, this one was terrible. Kamoy brings up Ahmaud Arbery, the young man who actually kind of favors Kamoy. Kamoy is tall, slim, athletic, just like Ahmaud. Okay, Ahmaud was running, having a jog in the neighborhood, looking around, checking out the new build houses, and two white men met him in the road and gunned him down just like a dog, just like that. Michelson has been a victim of police brutality. I'm sure lots of, Black men that live in America that are in a part of our platform can definitely concur. Profiling, being, provocated. White men at large love to try to provoke Black men. They love doing it. I've seen it done in so many different occasions. A lot of times under the guises of joking, at the pub, they say something inappropriate and then they just, make it like it's a joke. They love provoking us so that when we respond, and they can then have grounds to do whatever they want to do. Mr. Amaro brings up Amadou Diallo, who was obviously the African man who was shot, I believe, like 14 times in New York City. He was, they mistook his wallet for a gun. Somehow, I don't know, their eyes are broken. I don't know how the hell they pass these police tests because they see everything as a gun that is not a gun. So I make these points because what I'm saying is that big shout outs. Our members only is deep in the building today. Thank you guys so much. Renee brings up Eric Gardner. He was choked out, on the sidewalk. Sandra Bland, she mysteriously died in police custody. Michael Brown, another one, shot by the police. The list goes on and on and on and on. But the point I'm making to you guys, big shout outs to WMM West Coast on our super chat. Appreciate you. Says us Pan-Africans are on a completely different frequency than the rest of them. It's a fact. People that value their life, Black people that value their life, progressive Black people are on a different frequency because they know what it is. And I do recognize, I understand that people are in predicaments and situations and they're trying to get themselves together. But all I can say is that, okay, it's a Bible verse. It says, the wise people see the danger ahead of them and get out of harm's way. Okay, guys, the list is long in the chat room of so many victims. Okay, otherwise referred to as hashtags in this modern day world. Okay, all of which, now I definitely know that George Floyd knew, because George Floyd was crying and begging for his life, and he was petrified to get out of the car when they first approached him. That he was worried about getting shot. He didn't know they were going to choke him. But as a Black man, he knew that the imminent danger was real when he started interacting with the police. The reality is, guys, we know what time it is over there. And you guys, to be sensible, it's not fair. Let me go ahead and say that. The way that they treat us is not fair. I understand. It's not fair. It's not right. But that still doesn't mean that you should protect your life because you know what time it is. And some of you are stubborn and you're trying to prove a point. well, I'm born and raised here in England. I'm born and raised here in America. This is my home. This is the only home I know, and it's not right. And I'm going to fight for equality and justice. Fight or flight is all you have. Let's just simplify your options here, guys. Fight or flight. Okay, the fight is absolutely, you know, unrealistic. It's not going to yield anything. You're trying to fight them on their turf where they have the majority and they have the power. So the fight is futile, which leaves you the other option, which is flight. Get the hell out of harm's way. You're trying to remain in a very hostile environment to prove a point. You want to gamble with your life. You want to gamble with the life of your children. I've been seeing all these extremely crazy stories about 22-year-olds, 24-year-olds being killed. There was an absolutely crazy story that came up on my YouTube feed yesterday about 3 brothers that were killed within a week's time. And their family had to do a burial for 3 sons. A generation completely wiped out. And these are the kind of scenarios that we are incurring because we don't want to face the music. The continent is not perfect, but it's safer than America. I mean, I'm just being 100% honest. There may be some people like, well, yeah, Gina, but you know, violence is everywhere. And not like America. No, it's not. Okay? And only people that have never traveled and don't know the world talk like that. For real. International travelers will never tell you the whole world is like America. Those of us that have seen and traveled and experienced will never ever utter that nonsense. It's very obvious when people start talking like that. Just for y'all that don't know, you are illuminating to us that you have never traveled, because the entire world is not like the US. People are living day to day without the stresses and concern and the imminent danger that our people are facing. In addition to racism is a factor in our life. Okay, white Americans are also at risk of being affected in certain crimes like mass shootings, stuff like that. Mass shootings really, I mean, with the exception of this one in Buffalo, which was totally racially motivated. But normally mass shootings, it's not, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Okay, so they are at a probability of being involved, but we are at an escalated probability, because we don't just have to worry about mass shootings. We have to worry about road rage. We have to worry about police brutality. We got to worry about hate crimes and white supremacy. You see, and what you're doing when you calculate all this stuff, okay, you see just how at risk you are being there. And you better thank God that you have not yet become a victim of this stuff, because the probability of you being involved in nonsense is very high. Okay, first of all, irrespective of your ethnicity in America, you are 25 times more likely to become a victim of gun violence just because you live in America. Because, like I said, no other place in the world has the violence issue that the US has. I know a lot of people don't know, but yes. Because first of all, most societies do not allow their civilians to have guns the way that America does. Okay, so accessibility is a huge part of the gun predicament that America faces, is because people have access. Okay, if I get into an altercation with, let me just pick somebody. Let me pick TT. TT, my girl, but I'm just using you for this example. But let me say me and TT get into it. And she's like, you know what, I'm tired of Gina. I'm mad at her. I feel some type of way. Now, she has access to a gun. Maybe she decides, yeah, I'm just going to do a little warning shot. I'm just going to let her know that I'm not to be played with. Okay? Because she has access to the gun, she can do that. Now, If she gets mad at me and she doesn't have a gun, she can't shoot a gun, can she? There's lots of other things she can do in those scenarios, but using a gun is not one of them. And that is why we have this exacerbated gun issue in America, because you have people that have access to a weapon that shouldn't. Coupled with, we don't put any, investment into problem resolution. Okay, you have people being killed over extremely trivial things. You have people unable to negotiate their emotion and rejection and their disappointment and whatever. And so the next mode of action, I got dumped yesterday, now I'm about to go kill my boyfriend, now I'm about to kill my girlfriend, I got fired from the job, so I'm going to go kill my boss. This guy in front of me is not doing the speed limit, so I'm going to go ahead and follow him home and put a cap up in his. You see, trivial things that are ending up being fatal and people's lives being completely destroyed. And it's not normal. I want to let you guys know, it is not normal. It's not normal. Here on the continent, many steps lead up to problem resolution here. Okay? People here on the continent are not trivial with life. Okay? When a disagreement happens, they will call a meeting, they can have a debate, they can do so many different things to try to resolve the problem. Getting fatal, getting physical is like an absolute last resort and a rarity. But it has kind of become the go-to mode of action in the West, and it's dangerous, guys. And I mean honestly, I just don't know what more our people need to see. And if you're progressive, the writing is all over the wall. It's all over the wall. It's all over the wall. It's all over the wall. You are going to ultimately be consumed by that environment. You have so many things up against you. You have the violence, you have the racism, you have the road rage, you got the chemically modified foods. The U.S. is not for your health. They serve you terrible food that's going to lead to health problems. This is obvious. TT says you can have a serious mental illness and still purchase a weapon here on the street in the U.S. Absolutely. And not to mention, you got the street access, you got the black market. So, you can go through the legal channels or whatever, which in this case, you can still legally buy it. A mentally ill person can legally buy a weapon in the US. There's a lot of provisions for mentally ill people. So obviously they can't be discriminated on, but let's just say you have a criminal record. That would be something that you're not going to be able to buy a firearm. So then you just get them on the street because they're readily available. So that's what you're up against. You don't know who's carrying. You don't know their mental state. Anything as small as like stepping on someone's shoe can result in a fatal situation. Guys, honestly. Be mature. Think it through. Figure out a way to get yourself to a safer lifestyle. Trust me, I'm on the other side. I've been living outside the U.S. since 2017. I'm still here. Might I add, I'm just getting more fine every day, especially since I moved to Ghana. But I live a relaxed life. I don't hear gunshots. Okay, not here in Ghana, not in the UK. What has become your everyday reality there is not the everyday reality of so many of your peers. And I just don't want, heed those that have preceded us. Okay, that's what smart people do. Smart people don't need to feel every bump in the road. They don't got to go through every situation and everything. Smart people can say, well, damn, TT did something. I'm using TT a lot because she's in the chat room. Where's the rest of you? Hello, are you there? Where is the family? Big shout outs to our super chat donors. All right, I'll use S.A. Smith. You know, honestly, guys, I mean, I just can't say it enough. I just can't say it enough. I just can't say it enough. Like, wise people they're going to see the circumstances of other people that have gone before them and say, you know, I never wanted to become a hashtag. I value my life. You know, I'm doing a lot of amazing things here on the continent. I'm so excited about what's to come in my future. This can be snuffed out by nonsense. Just imagine you get shot up for your shoes in the US and that's the end of your story. And whatever you had planned or whatever you were in process of doing is over. It's finished. All because of nonsense. You know, the probability of me getting caught up in a mass shooting is like damn near zero over here in Ghana because it's not even a thing. People are so laid back and cool and chilling here. You know, I mean, honestly. You know, however, those of you living in other places have heightened probabilities simply because you are there. All right, family. Big shout outs. What's up, Kofi Mensa? I see you there. Yes. Okay, I'm going to briefly open up the call lines. If anybody wants to get up in here, please do not forget to like the stream. If you have not liked the stream, just take a moment and do it right now. And also, you can sow a seed because, you know, I'm out here just trying to desperately send a lifeline out to you guys to wake you up. Okay? Don't become a hashtag. Don't become a hashtag. If you value your life, do not give these people the access to make you a hashtag because it's happening at such an elevated frequency. People can't even keep up with the hashtags, guys. Your whole life's going to be reduced to a hashtag. And matter of fact, if you're Black in America, they're going to actually villainize you too. Okay, you might be passing by, have nothing to do with nothing, be a complete innocent bystander. They're going to go dig up, you know, your history and make you be the criminal. What's up, family? Click Clacks in the building. Mr. Mars in the building. What's up? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, what is it going to take for those of our Black people in America more specifically to get the picture? What is it going to take? These people don't like you. They don't care about you. And any opportunity to take your life, they will do it. And when they do it, they're going to disrupt your entire family and all that, and they're not going to pay. Okay? There's not going to be any civil suit. There's not going to be any, you know, $1 million settlement for your family, no trust funds for your kids. A lot of times, you know, these things go unsolved, unresolved, and even the families have to get money to pay for burials and legal fees. Guys, look, see what is going on around you. I really challenge you. And, you know, the circumstances are difficult. I know for many people trying to work it out of how they can get out of the situation. But I'm telling you, fight or flight. And the more you work towards your goal, the more probability you have of achieving it. If you're not doing anything, then absolutely you're there. You're stuck. You're stuck because you decided and you accepted it, and because you're not taking any alternative action. You're absolutely stuck. You're right. You know, but this is very serious. This is very serious. And that man, you know, that white boy that committed this hate crime, there's, you know, probably millions of other non-Black people that feel the exact same way. And you know how it goes down in the US, there's a thing called copycats. So once an idea gets, you know, introduced, then you got all these copycat people. What's to stop somebody from going to Atlanta, Georgia, where they know there's lots of Black people living? What's to stop somebody from going to Houston, Texas, where they know there's lots of Africans living? What about Silver Spring, Maryland, or Columbus, Ohio. You know, there's a whole North Side community that is primarily African immigrants living there. So, you know, what's to stop you from being the next one? Think about it. You know, get yourself out of your comfort zone because it's not comfortable over there. Okay? Well, big shout outs to the family. I haven't had any like counts today. So I really hope all of you guys were on code. Big shout outs again to the customers at AfricanSuperstar.com. Guys, all my contact details is also scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Some of you guys are like, Gina, what's your email? You know, it's right there on the screen. Gina, what's your Cash App? What's your PayPal? It's all there. Gina, what's the web address to the AfricanSuperstar.com? Deja says there's too many. I know. You see? And, you know, and then you also have people that do accidental. Okay? They don't mean to. You know, maybe they got a gun. They didn't put the safety on. They don't know how to handle it. And accident. You know, you guys, you need to heed the warnings. You need to heed the warnings of what's happening. You know, you need to pay attention. I mean, that's just if you want your life to go on. Okay, I want my life to go on until I physically don't exist. Okay, I don't want no clown taking my life from me. Hello. For nothing trivial and stupid. No. Okay, I want to live my life out the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so what that means is I'm not going to give nobody access to upset the balance. See? You know, not to say different things can happen in Ghana. Obviously, things can happen in Ghana, but the thing that's happening in America ain't happening in Ghana. I know that. And even when I moved to the UK, I lessened my probability of being involved in some type of nonsense. You know, if you value your life and you think that you're special, you think that you're contributing to society, you want to see your kids grow up and your grandkids grow up, you want to live until your body physically no longer exists, then violent, you know, murders and stuff is stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. You know, it's what they call, big shout outs to Ingrid. I see you with the super chat. Thank you guys. Come on. I'm already in process to get the next video prepared. Next video after this video is for Heartbreak Wednesday. Yeah. And I know a lot of you guys like that track. It's a very heartfelt track because I recently went through heartbreak and that song was all about it. Okay. So all the proceeds that y'all send me goes to the music project. I'm putting out tracks. I'm putting out music videos. I'm using your funds adequately. Okay. I'm not asking you to take care of me here in Ghana. I am asking for your support on the music project. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Fitzroy, for also sending your support. Much love to the family. But honestly, listen, guys, letting these people take your life over whatever they're doing is stupid, in my opinion. You know what they're like. You know what they're like. And if you give them the opportunity, you know what they're going to do. And if you care about your life, listen, you won't even want to roll the dice with your life. You won't want to even take them kind of, chances. Okay. You won't even want to. You'll be like, it's just too risky. I don't even feel safe in those environments. Okay. Every time I go to the UK in America, I'm looking over my shoulders. I'm like, I don't know what kind of mental state these people are in. I am at high alert because I know that they are not stable and I know that they're armed. And I also want to protect my life and live to see another day. Okay, just because they don't care about their life ain't got nothing to do with me. I care about my life. Okay, I'm trying to listen, first of all, my dream is the mansion with the pool. I haven't talked about it in a while, but that's my dream. Okay, that's another reason I'm creating this music. so I can get me a hit song, build my mansion with the pool, and I can be in my house. Okay. I'm not trying to, I want to realize that dream. The same way I've realized all my other dreams, moving here to the continent, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 the different milestones. Okay. Honestly, don't give people the opportunity to involve you in nonsense. Okay. You know what a lot of your peers are like in the States. You know what they're like. Okay. So don't, and then also don't be stubborn. A lot of our people are very, very stubborn. Okay. Because they want to prove a point. Well, America's my home. Nobody's going to run me out of my home. I'm going to stand my ground. Okay. All right. Okay. You want to be what are they? A martyr? Okay. I'm being honest. Our people are not even that serious to want to be a martyr for it. I'm all for you going out for the cause with everything you got. If you feel like the cause is worthy, but the way things are, it's like, honestly, if you die for certain reasons, your life was in vain, because it doesn't have an impact. It doesn't change anything. And a lot of times there's no recourse. And all you do is put your family into despair. The way they're killing Black men in America is sad. Fathers, they're killing these fathers, and their kids are becoming orphans, or fatherless. And all because of what? Because you want to prove a point? You can be elsewhere and still utilize the West. If you feel like, I'm going to miss the States, I'm going to miss my family. Okay, I get it. But honestly, being there full time is a very dangerous thing, guys. I just got to keep it 100 with you. And I value my life. That's one of the reasons I was adamant about getting out of there. And I had to even take the long road. I had to pivot from here, to get to the UK, just to get out, just to get out, just to get out. But it was a good move. And I was able to eventually get here to the continent, which was the goal. So big shout outs to the family. Guys, I opened up the call lines. I don't think any of y'all want to call in. We're about to wrap up the show. I do again want to acknowledge my super chat donors. Thank you guys so much, because the next music video is for Heartbreak Wednesday. So I'm trying to raise up the money to get that ready. I'm going to even talk about it with my videographer after we shoot Come Chill With Me, because I'm about that life. And then we will be shooting UK to Ghana over July. Big shout outs to Tarzan. I spoke to him today. We were talking about our plans to shoot our collab track. UK to Ghana is the song I recorded in London a few weeks ago. So, I got plans. I got plans, and I'm working towards those. And obviously your proceeds really, really help the process. Okay. So I love the family. Again, this message is in love. If anyone personally was affected, any family members, there's no disrespect, but we got to understand that we are literally rolling the dice in those environments. We are literally rolling the dice. So what that means is, if you become a victim, you took that risk. It's kind of like, it's not right, but it's kind of like when a woman wears a provocative outfit and then she gets raped. Some people look at her and are like, well, you were asking for it. You had your body out. What did you think was going to happen? What did you kind of put yourself in harm's way a little bit. And then when you become a victim, people kind of blame you a bit, like, well, now obviously these people in the supermarket, they had no clue what was coming, But when we play with police brutality, we play with the amount of guns and racism in our environments. We play with it. We act like it's not going to touch us. We act like it's not going to happen to us. you know, and that is a very, very immature way to look at the world, because you should take the situations of others around you and calibrate them with your own life and think about it. I encourage all of you guys to leave this live stream today and think about it. Think about if one of your family members was in that shop. Think about if one of your family members was one of the police brutality victims. You know, we always see the crying mother. You know, after another black man is killed, we see the crying mother. I want justice for my son. He was a good guy. He was a father. He was this. He was that. My son didn't deserve that. Okay? Do you want to do that? Do you want to be crying for your niece, nephews, you know, grandson, son, husband, brother, uncle, daddy? Do you want to be up there on the podium? We're going to do a little balloon release. Huh? I mean, because guys, I encourage you to think about it. It's uncomfortable, but I encourage you to think about it. It might be motivational for you to really think about it and actually put yourself in the shoes of our peers, because none of our peers planned on being hashtags. Not any of them. You know, if they were hashtags, they probably wanted, you know, maybe it was business or some of their accolades or whatever. They didn't want to become a police brutality victim hashtag, or the, you know, the mass shooting in Buffalo hashtag and all that. But that's what they reduce your whole life to. And if you have a past, they even start throwing you under the bus as if you had something to do with it. So let's learn from our predecessors. Let's learn. Me, I'm here. You know, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm very much out of harm's way. You know, currently I spent last year I spent 2 weeks in the US. That was it. So even though I went back to visit family, I was still there extremely limited time only. I'm not in harm's way living here in Ghana. You know, I'm not dealing with the things you guys are dealing with out there. You know, knife crimes and abductions and rapes and stuff. That's the hot stuff in the UK. That's what, you know, people be on out there. Okay. Contrary to popular belief, the continent is a very safe place to be. You know, comparing heinous crimes and all that stuff. So this is a good point. Anne says, some of our people have short memories and still think life isn't better in Babylon. You know, I mean, I can't force nobody to do nothing, and I'm not going to beat you over the head, but I do believe that once you discover a solution or something like that, if you decide to ignore the potential solutions that you have, you then become complicit. You know, you become complicit in your downfall. We would look at people that are involved in, for instance, domestic violence situations. Again, no offense if that applies to any of you. We will look at the people that were involved in domestic violence situations. Once it escalates to, you know, what it popularly does, it ends up being fatal. You know, either the abused kills their abuser or the abuser kills the abused. We would look at people that remain in those relationships and say, why didn't they get out? Why didn't they leave? You know, sometimes you hear the stories and they're like, he threatened to kill me, but I didn't take him seriously. You see, when you kind of position yourself, you can become complicit in some of these outcomes, guys. And I mean, at this point, if you are just obliviously choosing to remain there without looking at other options, you know, your probability is high. Your probability is high. So that's just the honest to God truth. I'm an honest person. I can't sugarcoat stuff here. You know, and I don't need to. I'm talking to an audience of my peers. I'm talking to other intellectuals. You guys understand it. You know, you are in harm's way. You're at an elevated probability. If you don't want to take potential options, which the options are fight or flight, then what becomes of your life? I mean, if you become involved in a tragic situation, I mean, I don't know. So I think it's a good place to wrap up today because I just don't have any more. I just don't have anything else to say. I've said it. I've said it. You guys know it. It's a fact. And it's just time to, take some strategy and action. It really is. Whatever struggle you would go through for your freedom, I guarantee you it's worth it. I don't think anybody who has freedom says, I regret what I had to pay for this freedom. I regret the transition. I regret the migration. I regret blah, blah, blah. Not anybody. I have paid, high expensive costs for my life here on the continent. I continue to pay. Crazy situations happening, betrayal, people leaving, people, all kind of stuff. But I don't regret the costs involved to have this here freedom and have the peace of mind going to sleep, being able to go out in the community. I party like virtually every weekend. I don't worry about anybody shooting up the club here in Ghana. I don't even worry about it. They don't even check for weapons here at our night spots. Because people just go out, chill, dance, drink, and then go home. It's not enough white people around here to be worried about them, what they're going to do. And, listen, the price I've had to pay for my freedom is worth it. Big shots to Ann. I see you there, sweetheart. Thank you so much for the super chat. This right here. Ascari trying to get me started, but I'm wrapping up. I'm not going to mind you. But this right here. Not only Divorce America, but the Caucasian in general. White Americans are not only Caucasians in violation. Our relationship with them has been detrimental since Ben Pippin. I mean, it's never been beneficial on our side. And I just think the psychological damage that we have faced has made so many, like innumerable of our people be insecure, and they feel like they can't live a life sans non-Black people, but I believe in being self-sufficient because I understand that nothing in life is free. I believe in struggling, to solidify myself so that I don't have to pay the absorbent costs, you see, because as we stay in those environments, we're dealing with all this BS because we don't want to leave them, because we don't want to come back to the continent and rebuild, because we don't want to go through the transition, because we don't want to go through the uncomfortable, leaving our conveniences. We're sitting there being there, excuse my language, bitch, okay, being the victim of their violence and their lashing out, living a, mediocre life, allowing them to capitalize off of all of our talents. We are just reducing ourselves and suppressing ourselves completely to exist in that environment. Why? Is it compulsory? Are they God? Are they even special? What is it? So that's the question tonight. What is it going to take for our people to get it? And more specifically, my audience. Okay, I know I can't save the whole world, but what is holding you up? What is holding you up? Huh? Why are you still procrastinating? What is it? So you don't care about your life. Okay, well, since you don't care about your life, go ahead and add the African Superstars beneficiary, okay, on them life insurance policies. All right, because since you don't care about your life, if anything happens to you, I can get the proceeds. I'm gonna do something with it because I care about my life. I'm trying to do something. Okay, any of y'all that's just like, well, I just, America's my home and I'm not gonna leave, and I'm just gonna roll. Okay, well, go ahead and I can use it. I can use your hard-earned money. Trust me. Being honest. Sometimes I see stories of people did suicide and stuff. I'm like, man, I really hope, you willed your assets to a family member, or, you organize your stuff, because, those of us that's choosing to live and just ride out this life storm, we can use your resources, to propel ourselves. If you just decide that you want to take the associated risk. I mean, obviously my name is Gina Ifoe, or the African Superstar. You can just put it on your policies. Okay, just let me know that I'm on there, so if anything happens to you, I can collect. I'm just being honest. This is a mature audience here. We're just being adult about it. Okay, because you're taking unnecessary risk. You know that you can become a victim. You're not taking strategic steps to protect yourself. I'm not talking about getting a gun. Okay, I'm talking about getting the hell out of harm's way. Yeah, this is a big problem, BB. We're gonna have to talk about this another day. But yes, I understand this is a challenge when you're ready to go and your significant other does not want to. Hopefully you'll be able to maybe convince them, because being dead, it stops the entire show. So, all right, family, I'm going now. I've been here almost 1 good hour. And if you like this stream, make sure you liked it. And big shout outs to all of our super chat donors. Thank you. Those proceeds are going in the pot for the music video of Heartbreak Wednesday. That video is going to be super dope. All my, I take time and effort to write these songs and these videos be hot. But Heartbreak Wednesday, I've already came up with the concept. So it's a dope video that we're going to work on following this one. I'll probably shoot it at the beginning of June or so. That's the tentative time. So yeah, proceeds going for the Heartbreak Wednesday music video. Okay. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.